when you go into a cinema hall, so many people shed tears. This villain is being so mean to the heroine. Right, so they live in that reality, which is actually artificial. So the same thing is happening here. We are living the reality of our mind and forgetting that we have nothing to do with it. So what is this mind? If your mind is not controlled, you will not be able to see yourself as separate from the mind. We are forgetting that I am not the mind. I am in a bad mood. What is this bad mood? The mind is in a bad mood. You are identifying with the mind. Can you not distance yourself from that bad moody mind and say, Mr. Mind, I will not have any of these emotions. Swamiji, how do I distance myself from the mind? Now, sometimes when you think of scriptural knowledge, you tell yourself, yeah, Gita says I am not the body. Maybe it makes sense. But do you see yourself as not the mind? Now, out there, this confusion is deeper. The fact is, we are not the mind, we are not even the intellect. We are not even the ego. But in the state of the uncontrolled mind, those differences cannot be perceived. It is like somebody is intoxicated and forgetful of the self. Two people were sitting in a bar and drinking like there is no tomorrow. A third person came and sat on the table little away. On that table was an old man and a young man. Although they were sitting on the same table, it seemed like they had no connection with each other. They were not speaking to each other. All of a sudden, the old man asked the young man, "Hey, young guy, where do you live?" That guy said, "I live in Richardson." "Richardson? I also live in Richardson." "Where in Richardson do you live?" He said, "I live in the Lakewood Apartments." "Lakewood Apartments, that's where I live as well." "Where in the Lakewood Apartments?" He said, "On the 4th story." "Oh my God, I'm also on the 4th story." So this guy who was watching the two drunks speak, he said, "Oh no, they live on the same story of Lakewood Apartments and they don't know each other." The old man asked the young guy again, "What's your house number?" He said, 402. He said, "That is my house number as well." Now the onlooker was completely confounded that they have the same house number and they don't know each other. The manager looked at him and said, "Sir, don't be puzzled. They are actually father and son. And they come here every week. Once they have had the 9th peg, they don't recognize each other and they speak in this manner." So the lack of recognition is because of the ignorance. Just like when you go into a cinema hall, you start enjoying the artificial reality created there. People love to go into that. So many people shed tears. This villain is being so mean to the heroine. Right, so they live in that reality, which is actually artificial. So the same thing is happening here. We are living the reality of our mind and forgetting that we have nothing to do with it. So what is this mind? It is the factory for our thoughts. These thoughts can come in different forms. Some are happy thoughts. These are joyous, positive, pure thoughts. Some are routine thoughts. I need to go there, I need to eat my daily ablutions, etc., etc. Some are negative thoughts. So bad, so awful, so miserable. And some are wasteful thoughts. This is the same thought repeating itself again and again and again. In the olden days, we used to have the long playing records that would be cut in vinyl. Those LPs, there would be a stylus. And because it would rotate, the stylus would vibrate and it would create the electric signal and you could hear it. Only thing was, the vinyl was very vulnerable to getting cut. In which case, it would rotate in the same groove again and again. And it would start singing, "Main shair to nahi, main shair to nahi, main shair to nahi." People would say, "Arey Baba, it's got stuck, remove it." So when our mind starts doing that, it is called wasteful thoughts. The different kinds of thoughts, but all of these, they are the result of the mind being out of control. And the idea of it all is to learn mastery of the mind. Once in 4 years, the Olympics come. And in those Olympics, the athletes and sports personalities who participate, they practice so much of discipline. Naturally, 3 will come on the victory stand. But the fact is, every athlete who is there has disciplined so much that they are all worthy of being congratulated. Some of them are real masters in mind management. You know, the Indian lady who just won the shooting bronze silver, they asked her, "What's your secret? Were you not nervous?" She quoted the Bhagavad Gita, "Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu." I was focused on my efforts, not on the results. So some of them have been practicing mind management. Martina Navratilova has been the #1 ladies lawn tennis star in history. She won 18 Grand Slam titles, 31 doubles titles and 10 mixed doubles titles to make a total of 59. And she was #1 on the ATP rankings for 332 weeks, which is more than 6 years at a stretch. At the age of 44, she was still playing and winning mixed doubles. A journalist said, "How do you maintain peak performance at that age?" She said, "The ball doesn't know my age." But then she said something more important. She said, "Actually, every game is played in the 6 inches space between your 2 ears. It's a mind game. When you hit the ball, it's going to come back in less than half a second. You have to have complete focus. Besides that is your emotions. Your subconscious is playing while the conscious mind is looking for opportunities. For that kind of a performance, they realize they have to manage their mind.